So I produced a documentary earlier this year about this issue.
Okay.
And
some volunteers
some of the
banners,
people that
so we
support
would
the
need
horse carriages say
a
it's
minimum
part of our
of
tradition.
6
Do you have
people,
anything to
please.
say?
Well,
about-
lots of things are part of tradition. Slavery was part of tradition. So,
the microphone
It's
here
time to,
let me know.
yeah,
yeah,
it's time
traditions
to
need to be changed.
end. Okay, excellent. Why are you here today, Carol?
I'm here for the horses, for all the animals that are used and abused as a commodity. And I'm also here to honor the memory of Regan Russell, the activist who was killed bearing witness to the pigs heading to slaughter.
I'm here to remember a friend who was killed during a demonstration, the first activist in Canada who was killed by industry during a demonstration. And we're also here to remember that there's no case where the use of a non-human animal is acceptable.
So what is the orange ribbon? I've noticed that's being worn by a lot of people.
Oh, my understanding is that Regan Russell, the activist who was killed, used to use orange as her sign at her protests, and so we're wearing the orange ribbon in memoriam to her.
And why are you here today with At War for Animals and New Wave activism?
Nice. I'm here to remember our friend.
Okay. Can you tell us why you're here today?
I'm here for the horses. I'm here, like what my sign says, we will all speak up for animals. I'm also basically sick and tired of all the animal abuse, exploitation, use, oppression that goes on in the world, and I am here to fight that.
Okay. I seriously doubt the mayor of Niagara-on-the-Lake will ever see this video because she's not my biggest fan.
Right.
But well, if you could speak directly to the mayor, Betty, what would you tell her?
Well, I would tell Betty that I'm not going to visit Niagara-on-the-Lake. We actually were talking about going on a trip, and obviously because of COVID, we have to do it within boundaries. But I will not come here. We're going to be going out to eat at a vegan restaurant after this later on, and we're going out of Niagara-on-the-Lake because I'm not going to give them any of my money because of the horse-drawn carriages. So it's time that she gets with the future, the program, and see there is a better way.
I seriously doubt that the mayor of Noddle will ever see this because she's not my biggest fan.
Okay.
But if you could give a message to the mayor of Niagara-on-the-Lake, what would you say to her?
I would say as long as there are horses in the streets, there will be activists in the streets.
Okay. If you could speak directly to the mayor, what would you tell her?
I think I would ask her to do some research on the commodification of animals in our society, and I would ask her to seriously consider moving into the electric carriages business. Well, if she does her research and she changes her outlook, and I just want to say that, anybody can change at any age. And there's no shame in that, in saying, hey, I might have been wrong in the past. So if she can look to the future, she might be able to bring that same information to her constituents and to the businesses that she, as mayor, supports, and perhaps show them that there's a better way.
Are you associated with At War for Animals or New Wave activism?
No, I mean, I get their posts, but I'm not actually an official member
and that's how
of that.
you learned about
That's
it?
how I found out about it, yes.
Okay, excellent.
And, I see that other cities are banning the horse-drawn carriages, and I think it's time that Niagara-on-the-Lake does too, and goes to the electric carriages.
My hope is that we reach a lot of people, that we bring some awareness, and that, sorry.
It's okay.
I'll re-answer, yeah.
Okay. Are they going to do music now?
Hey.
Yeah.
What was the question, sorry?
So what's your hope for today?
My hope is that we reach a lot of people, we spread awareness of Regan Russell and what she stood for, and that we help some people to recognize that any form of injustice involving non-human animals is unacceptable.
Okay. And are you from this area, from the GTA? Or?
No, I'm from the Welland area.
Oh, so you're
pretty
local.
Close.
Yeah, you're local.
Oh, yeah, I've lived here all my life, pretty much.
And have you been to anything like this before in Noddle about the horses?
Yes, I have.
You have, okay. Do you think this does damage to our our image, our brand as a region, as a community, by having something like this in our streets?
I think people who are progressive would look at this as being something that was archaic and unnecessary. Definitely.
Okay, perfect. And do you have any message that you'd like to share with my very few subscribers?
Just do your research. First of all, look into where your food comes from, how it gets to your plate, what's in it, and then do your moral research. Look into the ethics of the food industry, and make some informed choices. Nobody's perfect. None of us who are vegan are perfect, but it's the striving for a better world that counts.
Now, one of the organizers of the counter protest, she recently, I shouldn't say recently, about a month ago attended the slaughterhouse in Burlington carrying a pretty shameful sign.
Yes.
She's probably not going to hear this or listen to this, but what do you have to say to her about, I don't know, making light of someone's death?
I feel bad for her that she thought that she could use that as a tool. And I would ask her to look into her own heart and consider if that was one of her family members or friends. Again, there's no shame in changing, So yeah, I think she needs to look within herself at the tools that she's using to fight what she considers to be her battle.
About the signs that some of the counter protests held at the slaughterhouse in Burlington.
Yes.
I seriously, again, they'll probably never see this, but what message do you have for those people that made light of the death of an activist?
That's hate speech. I told the police as much at that vigil, and the police didn't act on it. However, that being said, there is no statute of limitations as far as I'm aware for hate speech, and so we have documented evidence.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
Base of the hill. We are going to practice.
I should probably go.
It's okay. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, take care. And do you have any messages for the actual company itself, Centennial?
They should go with electric carriages.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
not trying to put them out of business. We know everybody has to work, but really, this is abuse, and this is treating horses like they're slaves. They don't want to be here. Retire them to sanctuaries.
Would you support them if they switched over to an electric carriage?
Absolutely. I'd be the first one on their carriage.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.